Oh, it is time to round ourselves around the bend and finish out this album by Miles Davis. We're finishing out the brew, and I'm not pronouncing the first part of the brew because YouTube changed its rules about what you can and can't say, and I ain't trying to get any sort of penalties on my channel. So we're listening to the final track on the album, which is Sanctuary. I hope that you guys have enjoyed listening to this album alongside with me. Like I said, for myself personally, this is one that I said it from the beginning, but this wasn't an album, as far as I remember, that was recommended anywhere. It was just one I had always heard in high esteem, and I needed to hear it for myself. So I'm happy to have done so. Happy to have been educated. I hope that you guys enjoy the journey as well. Let's go ahead and finish it out, though, with the last track, Sanctuary. Oh, let's go. This is good go to sleep music. I like how everyone's doing their own thing at some points. way he keeps coming back to that motif on the like motif down there, and then like he alters the ending of it. By that bass there. Sanctuary is a very, very fitting end to the album. I like how it begins very, very solemn, very melodic and straightforward. This song does travel some of the abstract roads that we've heard before on the previous tracks, but it doesn't hit them as hard, at least in my opinion. It doesn't hit them so oddly. Because the other ones were just so... Not, this is all sounding weird. Hold on. Like, the other ones sounded very scattered. Very, very improvisational, and obviously you get that spirit from the album as a whole, even this track. But this one seems to take a little bit of a turn down on the dial, if you will, from a boil of the other tracks to a simmer, which makes sense as a closer, but also even the track title, Sanctuary, a place of refuge, a place to rest oneself, to perhaps rejuvenate your spirit, your soul after going on this whole journey throughout this album. This one comes across a little bit more of a rest, a final closure to all the sounds and the, well, I should say soundscapes that we've traveled through and that we've heard, and all the feelings that developed through that whole journey and that relationship. This is a really fitting closer. And I really like how, of course, Miles, he continues to lead with the trumpet in his playing here. I like how he returns to that certain motif that he established in the very beginning. He comes back to it at least 2 or 3 times, but he keeps the first half of the notes the same, and I can't even find the parts to describe it, but listen to the track again, you'll know what I mean. He keeps the first half of that motif the same, but then he changes the second half of it. He does that at least 2 times, maybe 3, but I thought that was a nice way of kind of calling back to that moment in the beginning of this particular track when everything was just kind of quiet. When it was just kind of even before all that, just very lonesome. Some misty keys to grace the background, but besides that, it's pretty bare boned, if you will. And then eventually it builds up into a sound that we're kind of familiar with. But even still, it sounds a lot closer to traditional jazz in a way. And I don't mean traditional, but for Davis at this period, it sounds a lot closer to a traditional jazz band than perhaps some of the previous tracks were. Maybe that's what I meant with the whole abstract thing. And then, of course, you get another break where everything slows down again. He repeats that motif, and then before you know it, we're building back into a little bit of an epic conclusion, where the drums also really set stage to kind of bring that tumultuous force all to a close in just supreme fashion. This was an incredible album with so many different personnel on different tracks and performing different things, with pretty much, in a sense, every instrument at least doubled up, which I think is crazy to get all that to coalesce together so well. And yet, credit to, of course, Miles Davis, all of the musicians, but especially to the production team for making this album so dense, but not overcrowded, not overpopulated. For as overpopulated as looking at the list of personnel is, but just a really incredible. I know this is a highly regarded album, but historical, just a benchmark, I think is the best way to put that. Just a benchmark on music, especially jazz, but really anything progressive in any sort of fashion. So wonderful music. I'm glad that I got to experience the album finally and kind of understand what all the hubbub is about. Hope that you guys at least enjoyed some part of it, maybe learned something. Whatever it was an experience. So I hope that you enjoyed that experience with me. That's it, guys. That's it for now. Please, before we leave, press the like button if you don't mind. If you haven't already, you can subscribe. But otherwise, there's a few places you can follow me that are here on the screen. And that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a beautiful one, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.